Now, before I move on to the next Mark II piece, which is this piece of wood, just wanted to show you these. They're now done. This is all loose, and obviously when I fit it to the car, well, actually it goes on the frame, I'll be dealing with this properly and getting the pin in correctly, and I'll be greasing it all up so that it moves nice and easy. Just to let you know, in here I've put a little rubber washer so that when you move this, it doesn't just fall. So when you've got the window open, it doesn't jiggle away. And also under here there is another little rubber washer. I actually made them out of grommets that I had, but obviously you can buy special, or you can buy the washers, or a rubber washer. This is just ready now. I do have to obtain a screw for, I think it's this one. Yeah, because that's got a rusty screw. Anybody out there got a spare one? I'd love it. Oh, yep, there they are. They're done. I've obviously got my grubby little paws all over them, but once they're in the vehicle, then I'll be able to clean them. Just thought I'd finish up with that, and now we'll progress with this. One more little thing I wanted to add, which is, I guess, a bit of nerdy trivia regarding this glass, toughened glass by XXX. There are little signs, dots on the XXX logo that tell you what year and also a guide as to what month the glass was made. On the word XXX at the top, there are different places where a dot will appear. On my particular one, it appears above the X, which I believe means October, November or December is the month this glass was produced. And then underneath the letter G in the word toughened, there is another dot, and starting with the T is 61, and then obviously 62 for the O, 63 for the U, and 64 for the G. My glass was made in October, November, December of 1964, which tells you whether the glass has been changed or not, because my car is a 1964, and in fact was first sold in December of 1964. So it's unlikely that the glass was made in December, so probably October or November. I don't know how quickly they punched cars out. But there, bit of real boring trivia for you. And also it's got the little safety shield there, which tells you that this is a glass that shatters. And it's not laminated. Well, obviously it's not, because it shatters. Let's look at what I'm starting with here. As you can see, there's end pieces missing, but my plan is that I can see where the wood originally ended, so I will be making it to that length. I've got these little clips here. Oh, that's interesting. These are riveted, and this one's screwed, and that one's riveted, and again the same here. The wood went kind of to there by the looks of it, so yeah, that would have been over it. So, and that's what I'll do, is I'll measure the length of it and then measure my replacement piece. Not sure if I'm going to cut the speaker hole yet. I've got to decide on whether I'm going to put one or two speakers in the back, and I don't want to cut a square hole, because if I get round speakers or oval speakers, then I don't want a square hole. Although of course I do have the grill. This is the grill here. Maybe I should try and obtain another one of those, and then just have a pair of obviously it goes on the other side, square speakers. One of the studs was broken, and it looks like it was just soldered on, so I'm going to see if I can find a screw that's the same kind of thread, which looks like it's a 4BA, something like that. and then I'll just resolder it in there, and then I'll blast this, powder coat it. Ooh, as I'm saying that, maybe that's too fine to powder coat. Guess I'll see once I've blasted it. I can always powder coat it and see what it looks like, and if too many of the holes get filled up, I just tap it and all the powder coat falls off. That is, of course, before you bake it. So that's where we're going to go with this. Next, I'll get all these staples out, peel it off as gently as I can, rest this on my new piece of ply, and then cut my new piece of ply out. Oh boy, is that going to be fun. Hee-haw. Yep. All right, let's get on with it. Let's get these staples out. Right, let's get these babies out of here. It was rusty as hell, I tell you. Not that I actually need any of these, or the vinyl, or the wood. I don't need any of it, but I do want to take it apart so that I can make the pattern from this particular piece. So hopefully I'll be able to get it apart without too much trouble, without too much of it falling away. Oh, beg my pardon. I was a very bad boy. I just had a rather nice couple of slices of pizza. I like pizza. Mind you, I also rather like filet mignon and lobster and salmon en croûte. I haven't made one of those in a while. I'm going to have to get some salmon and make myself a nice salmon en croûte. Oh, and I've got to do the wife a ceviche, but no cilantro. She doesn't like the cilantro. And I must admit, it's not one of my favourite herbs, so I won't be putting cilantro in it. Maybe I'll just do something like oregano or oregano, or however you want to pronounce it. Oh, and for all you Americans, and I keep seeing it with Mr. Tom Cotter, who is a person I think is absolutely great. He keeps talking about a coop. Oh, the E-type coop. Coop is where you keep chickens. A coupe is the car. It has an E on the end. It's coupe. It's like Porsche. And I know I'll rattle on about this before. It's not a Porsche, it's a Porsche. And it ain't a Jaguar. It's a Jaguar. How would you like it if we called it a Chevrolet, or a Buick, or a Frod? You know, pronounce it as it should be in the country where it's from. That's really what I'm about. Which is why I do try and pronounce things correctly. I don't always get it right, I'll grant you that. I had a neighbour who was German, by the way, and he always referred to it as a Mercedes. No, it's Mercedes. Mercedes-Benz. And it's not a Daimler, it's a Daimler. See, all those silly little names. Silly little things that get up your nose. Does it matter? Not really. They're just my little quirks. I have lots of little quirks. Most of them you can put ointment on and it cures them. Some of them you have to take medicine. Hey, you little quirk. What? How dare you call me a quirk? Isn't it nice to listen to my ramblings? No, you are not the only person out there that's fucking crazy. Right. Look at this. We're going good here. I'm sure this is really boring for you guys, but oh, there you go. This is why you love my channel. because not only do you get the exciting and interesting stuff, but you also get the boring shit. And it's at this point that you can sit back and relax and take a good slug of beer, glass of wine, gin tonic, whatever your tipple, snort your cocaine, smoke your dope. It's your life, you do what you want. As long as you don't harm somebody else, what's the problem? Talking of that kind of shit, prostitution. Yeah, there I go, off on a rant. So I know certain people will now be tuning out. Prostitution should be legal in every state, in every country. Guess what, government? You'd get money because they would be registered businesses. Right, let's undo this. There's a good old candidate for the powder coat, huh? And get back to prostitution. It would be regulated. They would be clean. And shit, it works for that, what was it, the Bunny Ranch in Nevada? Not that I have ever been there. Not that I ever will. My wife would kind of frown upon that a bit. Well, that would be a surprise if your wife didn't frown upon it. Okay, this is... yeah. I really want to get them out though so that I can... rather than break them out. Or do I grind them off again? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my Dremel and grind these off. And it's just these ones. Yep. Let me get my Dremel and do that. I'll be right back. Okay, with some judicious grinding of the Dremel, I've got me little brackets off. They really do need a damn good blasting and powder coating. And I still don't understand why that one was screwed and the others were riveted through. I probably end up, I think, riveting them all. So let's see. Oh dear. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh, this is not good. Just trying to separate this as best I can so that I can make a pattern. No, not Jim. No, Colonel. You know, that guy. Ooh. Oh, look at this thing fall apart here. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, this stuff has kind of really had it. So let's turn this over a second. I just want to, oh dear, look at that. I'm going to double check our measurement I made. I believe it was 50 from this end to this end. But it's like the, you know, from that point to that point. Oh, there it is. Let's just check it one more time. If you're in the same situation as I am, where it's just totally rotted away, this is something you might want to do. Just hold that on approximately. I mean, I don't think it really matters. You don't have to be that exact. Yeah, it's 50.5. Let me double check it again. I really do want to try and do this as best I can. Yep, 50.5 is what I make it. So that's what I'm going to do, 50.5 inches. It's about the length of my dick. Oh my God. What the hell would you do with 50.5 inches? Probably an elephant, that's about it. Alright, so let's move this out of the way. Thank you very much, piece of vinyl. You've served this car well. Yeah, look at this, it's just absolutely terrible. All right. So, grabbing one's trusty piece of Baltic ply. Let's have a look at it and see. Yeah, they keyed a piece in there. Could be a weak spot. I think we'll go 50.5 along here. Why did I put the ruler away? Tape measure ruler. Stick of inches. 50.5. What I do need is a pencil. Where are you? There you are. Okay. So we're going to go 50.5. 50.5 is exactly there. I'm going to do another one up here. Not that it matters, but I'm going to draw a line there. I've got a feeling my curve will miss that. So, I'm going to go 50.5. Yeah, look at that, that's beautiful. Alright, so I now I need to cut that off there. But I need to find the center point of this piece of crap. Yeah. Some of this I just have to get out the way. Whew. Now this is going to be tricky woo. Oh, there goes old tricky woo again. Ah, hang on. Oh, Jesus. I need to spin it round. Why do I spin it round? Because I want the straight edge. Whew. Well, that sure does curve down rather rapidly. Oh dear, this is so difficult to do. Pieces falling off left, right and center. You see that looks like it's going to hit here somewhere. That's no good. And this one, if I continue that curve, so what I need to do, how do I find the center? How do I find the center of something that really doesn't have a center? Wow. Well, okay, so that would be 25.25 to the center line. Did I put that bloody ruler away again? Fucking prick. Right, let's try again, shall we? So that'll be 25.25. Right, let's move this out of the way. At least I can get a center on this. 25.25. Right, so that's the center line. No, I don't need to do this right the way across, but I'm going to. Now, I still have that dilemma. Where is the centre of this? Is it where that clip was? If that's the case, then that would be it there. So it doesn't go down to a point. Okay, that's a good thought. Good thought. So if I follow that line along, curve, and it's not a straight line, is it? Aha, thought. Flexible ruler. So if I held that on there and held that close to there and drew a line, whoops, drew a line, what gives me that line? Now if I do the same here, okay, alright, interestingly, let's see what it gives me. That gives me 1.5 inches. That gives me 1 7/8. So, let me see here. I'm inclined to think 1 7/8 is a better line, because this is just so rotten here. So that means I would need to move that up. And of course I can trim this. I can always take it off, I can't put it back on. Still going to give me 1 7/8 would be there. It would be that line. And you come down here. Okay. So that line would go from there to there approximately. Okay. Now what I do, oh damn it. Didn't push these out, did I? Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Alright, so let's get those out and then let's put it back so I can get the position of those holes. Whoa! Come back, come back, come back. Just gonna get these out. Interesting. This one did have the original rivets, so it must have broken and somebody fixed it with a pair of screws. Right, so let's now see. Oh, poor piece of shit. And it's only the oh god. Fortunately, it's only where the position of the holes that I'm after. Oh dear. Right, oh dear. Just trying to get my lines right here. I know it doesn't have to be that accurate, but actually, let me get my punch. This way, I should get them more or less where they should be. these ones are going to be a little off. They're rather like me, just a little off. Oh dear. Wow. Now the question is, should I go and buy myself a jigsaw now? I just have one cut to do. Just that one. It's a good excuse. Like I need an excuse to go and buy a tool. Now I bought that other one, but trying to hold it to do that length of a curve, that's going to be kind of tricky. So I think I will have to get myself a jiggy saw. I will have to get jiggy with it. All right. Yeah. All right, boys, girls. I'm going to stop right here, because now I need to get my jiggy saw to cut that off and then to go and then drill me holes and powder coat these pieces. That's from a previous part, the window. These need a damn good blasting and then powder coating. So that's the route I'm going to take. I'm going to go get me a jiggy saw. Be back in a moment. All right, it is cut and done. I've drilled the holes ready. These are my special little rivets. I've just got to powder coat the brackets, and then I can put them back on. I did this with a jigsaw. Obviously that edge I didn't have to cut because that was the edge of the board, but I had to cut this curve, and I got it pretty good. Once I get the material on there, it'll be absolutely fine. So, and I know some of you don't like my little rants, but this rant is not a political rant. It's about supply and demand. I looked up online because I was going to buy a jigsaw to do this, to cut this. In the end, I couldn't get one. And fortunately, I have a very good friend in the name of Ron Wetclow, and he lent me his jigsaw. And he bounced up and down when I said I was going to buy one, and he said, "Oh, I'll lend you mine." And I said, No, I want to buy one. I want to buy one. I want to get my own. Well, of course, then I had to turn around and eat humble pie and ask him if I could borrow his jigsaw, which of course he loved, the bastard. It's going to cost me a breakfast too. I looked online, found, because I wanted the cheapest one. I wasn't going to use it much, so I wanted the cheapest one I could get. And, you know, I don't want to go to Lowe's or Home Depot, purely because they're more expensive than all these other local stores. So looking around, I went, oh, wow, my local Ace store. And in Queen Creek, it's called Ruggiero's or something. It's owned by a family. I believe they're franchised, and they own more than one. So great. So I went in there and said, hey, you know, guys, there you got this Black & Decker jigsaw. I'd like one, but I can't see it anywhere. Oh, no, we ain't got it. Okay, so why is it saying available today in store if you don't have it? Oh, I don't know. All right, so, well, you'll give me one of the other ones then at the same price. No, we ain't going to do that. Not much help. Thanks very much, Ace. You let me down big time. I've used that store for years when it used to be called Russell's, and they never let me down. But you guys now don't seem to care, which is really disappointing. So, all right, fine. You haven't got it. So I go off to Harbour Freight. I go into Harbour Freight, I see the saw I want, like 34, 35 bucks. Terrific. I'd like this saw, please. It's you haven't got it on the shelf. Oh, we're looking system. Oh no, we haven't got any. But a store which is like 20 miles away has got 12 of them. Well, that's no good to me. I'm not going to drive 20 miles just to pick up a $30-odd saw. All right, I said, well, when are you getting them in? Oh, we don't know. Last time we had one, it was April. Okay, granted, we're only in May now, but God knows when it was in April. So I said, well, when are you getting it in? Oh, we don't know. They just send us what they want to send us. What kind of moron wrote that software that doesn't say, I'm at store Y, we sold item X, therefore send store Y a replacement for item X? I worked for AutoZone for a number of years, and although they're not my favourite company, at least when you sold something there, the system notified the main depot, and that was put in the next truck that came to the store. Harbour Freight should do the same damn thing. The idiot that wrote that software is stupid. It's supply and demand. You now are missing out on sales. It's ridiculous. I cannot understand how a company like Harbour Freight, as huge as they are, cannot understand that they're losing sales. I walked out of there, they just lost a sale. Okay, not a big sale, granted. But how many times has it happened? Sorry, rant over, but it really pissed me off. Especially as I'm now going to have to buy breakfast for my buddy. All right. Next, I'll come back when I've got these items powder coated and clipped on, just to show you. Really, there's not much more I'm going to be able to do on this other than show you the clips that are powder coated on, because I don't have the material, and I won't have the material to do this for months. But just to let you know, what I also did do is, once I cut this out, I've then sealed it. And do I have to? No, of course I don't, but I just want to give it the best chance to last a lot longer. And I may, just for shits and giggles, actually write my name on here, so that when I'm dead and gone, they can look at it and go, wow, this guy called blah 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 did this. He made this. Whatever, you know. All right, so once I come back with the powder coated clips, you know what you're going to hear. Okay, here we are with the restored part. I'm sorry, you have to excuse the blue tape there. It has my name and my date of birth. Not that I'm shy about my age, but because of assholes out there, I have to cover it up, because they will try and do all sorts of shit. This is the rear shelf. As I mentioned, it has been sealed now. This note is really for whoever gets to this in God knows how many years. Who knows? They may never see this. This is the underside, so we'll see. As you can see here, this is where the rivets are. They are now nicely pinned. This plywood now is ready for me to cover. I will, however, be putting a speaker there, maybe a speaker there, and maybe I'll have to rewrite this because it's in the way. I don't know. Maybe they're a roundy speaker, roundy. Who knows? These clips are what hook under. When you put this back in the back, you can just, and it locks it down. So there you go. Nothing more exciting to do on this, unfortunately, because I don't have the material yet to do it, but hopefully that won't be too long. So, you know what's coming. Please do like, comment, subscribe, ding the dong. It doesn't cost you a dime to subscribe. give it the good old thumbs up. If you give it the thumbs down, I'm going to kill you. Yeah, sure. Hey, you want to give it a thumbs down, you give it a thumbs down. That is your choice. So please like, comment, subscribe, get out in that garage and do some shit. Thanks, everybody. Great. I thank all my subscribers. I can't thank you individually because I don't know who you are. I just know you subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate it. It's mainly Jaguar Mark II stuff. Other Jaguar stuff slips in. Other car shit slips in. And the other pieces of crap also slip in. I do it so I hope you find it interesting. Do some shit, guys. Girls, oh girls. Yes, yes, please.